Yo, yo, yo. How's it
Yo.
going, friend?
Yo.
Do you have court today?
I don't
You
have
look
court
different.
today.
Something about you's different today.
So babyface Winston back in the house.
Squints.
Yep.
Squints is back again.
That's true. I decided to shave. Sorry, just retweeting this. Decided to shave. It got a little annoying last night. It got like long, and I felt myself sweating out some hockey games, and I'm just yanking on it, twisting it, pulling it. And then next thing you know, I got like 3 hairs pulled out, and I'm like, shit, now I'm pulling out half my hair over a hockey game that I ended up winning easily.
Oh,
but,
the Rangers. I know, right?
Yeah.
You clean up nice, Lenny. You clean up nice.
I try. I don't even have a hat on. The wife said just no hatted up today. I need to clean up on the sides. I need to hide. I need to fade. I'll go see my barber clean up the sides. But
so you're gonna cave. No, to the
I won't touch the top. I can't stand hair around my ears. I can't do it. I don't know if it's because I wear glasses or what, but I can't stand it. So I just had. It's like this is too long. You can pull the sides. This is too long.
Who's the new guy?
Yeah.
This is Squints.
What's happening?
Recognize him from The Sandlot. He's a little grown up now. Old Squints. Yep. So let's pay some bills. I've got to remind everybody. I'm contractually obligated to remind everybody about our official sponsors.
Calm down, Anchorman.
McGee is on vacation. I'll be your host, Alan Burns. Caesar Sportsbook, they've got that deal still going on for all new accounts. When you get signed up with Caesars, you get up to $1,100 in first bet insurance. So you guys don't want to miss out on that. Check out the description of this video. That is where you shall find the link to Caesars, or you can just use the promo code MORNINGCZR. Right there. I think that works. I'm going to go with that works.
I'm digging these glasses.
Let me find out that doesn't work. So today we do have a special guest. It's Ross Benjamin. He'll be in with us in about 10 minutes here. So whatever kind of handicapping questions you guys have, you can ask the expert Ross Benjamin. He'll be in here. Yesterday was your worst day betting ever. Got hit hard. I'm doing like $10 bets now. I'm tanking my bankroll. I had a big talk with Josh about it last night. I said, I got to tank this bankroll. I got to get out of it so my brain can focus on what I really need to be doing. So I'm tanking for Tua. Speaking of Tua, I got a really good Tua football card coming in the mail to me. I can't wait to show you guys. I won it in one of my auctions. Last Woody standing is going down still. Sean Austin and Brian Dance, they both lost. So they're picking again today. If they both lose again, that money is rolling over into the current pot. Whoever's in it right now. There's 10 of you left, you said?
No, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us left in that. Because Michael Dost, if you're in here, we didn't get a pick from you yesterday.
Yeah.
So unless you could tell us where you put it so we can find it, you're out. And then there's Alan Miles, Corey Flager, Danny Daniels, some guy named Detroit Lenny.
What's your pick today? I'm going to put $10 on
Lenny. Babyface Lenny, Jermaine Chavis, and Rodney Molina. I'm on the Lightning money line. So is Rodney Molina.
Oh, I'm already on that. I took their series price at plus 280.
I don't hate the Lightning. And St. Louis, I love my hockey picks today, which newsflash, still got to watch the TikTok video, will be the Lightning money line, the Blues money line, the Lightning puck line, the Blues puck line. I'm taking
Lightning
both.
Money line, Lightning puck line, Blues money line, Blues puck line. Oh my God!
Blues puck line from plus 220.
Place bet. Oh my gosh! I have.
Oh my God! You're gonna have a hundred. Don't call me.
I have $70 in 7 bets right now. I'm so not. I know. I'm tanking this bitch, or it's gonna blow up so big that it'll get to 500, and then I can cash it all out. What do you got, Nick Earl? What can I bet on?
Holy shit! Holy shnikes!
You like the Canes?
He likes the Canes tonight. I don't. I don't not like them. I think they can win this, but Boston's at home, and weird shit happens in Boston at home. So Canes, yeah, Bolts, Blues. King. He also sent me this parlay at the bottom, and this is some intricate coding type shit here. He took all games third periods over 1.5. And you parlay all 4 of them, all 4 games in the third period goal, have 2 goals, and it's plus 369.
Well, she's nickel.
That's a bet. That is he dives in. He's dumpster diving right there. He's in it, and I'm just happy with my money line puck line.
Yeah, I can't bet third periods until like the game is going on. So
there's certain there's a book he uses that
yeah,
you can
I know
do
his
with.
book. What do we think about a grand salami? That sounds like a good degenerate bet. 25.5. Juice to the over.
Yeah, I mean, run it.
Nah. Maple Leafs choke. Bruins always fueled on home ice. It's their magic place.
So I'm gonna in play that game because I like the Hurricanes there. I do, but I'm gonna in play that game. I lean Hurricanes. I didn't bet it. Let's put it that way. Okay. Things I have money on right now: Dodgers nerfy, Tigers nerfy, and the 4 hockey games the 4 pick hockey plays I just played.
Brian Dance. You lost.
What the hell is your old West Woody?
Austin. So you pick again. But if you both lose today, it rolls over.
We need choreography.
We totally do. Brian Dance.
I just resort to Madonna Vogue, by the way. Because I only have limited space. And then Vogue, and then
Greta Garbo and Monroe, Dietrich and DiMaggio, Marlon Brando, Jimmy Dean.
If you're new to the show, you're welcome. Hit the thumbs up button.
Just stick with us, guys. Just stick with us. So the Warriors got the schnapps beat off of them last night.
So I am disappointed in all of us that we didn't see that coming.
I was on the Grizzlies money line pre-game home slice. I saw that coming.
I didn't.
Just not that coming.
I didn't. I wasn't on the game at all, but it was set up for a blowout.
Yeah.
It was set up for that. It was set up for that for the simple reason that Golden State had no intentions on winning that game. None. They were there. Listen, I've been watching Winning Time, and I know that this is about money and seats. Okay, yes. Golden State is bound to make more money with having Game 6 at home and winning in Game 6 for all that revenue and concessions and all that. They ain't scared of Memphis at all without Ja Morant. They're not scared of them at all. So that's why they're going to do that. They lost. They phoned it in, as people would say. They kind of phoned in their performance yesterday. Now they're all pissed off. Golden State will be like minus 15 at home or some crap. What's he doing?
I've got $30 left. Oh. Give me 3 more $10 bets. We're
okay. Well, hold on. Here's what you do. What's the early game? You could take St. Louis. It starts in 5 minutes. Or you could take the Tigers start right now. You just take the Tigers nerfy right now with the rest of your bankroll and be done with it.
Oh, God damn. I can't do things like that.
Yeah, do it. Because you're either going to double up or you're done. It's $30. You'll blow $30 on strippers next week.
Probably tonight.
I don't even know why.
Tonight.
Oh, well, there you go.
I don't have it on my thing. I don't have the prop.
On the nerfy?
Mm-hmm.
On Caesars? Or BOL?
No, BOL. That's the role I'm trying to tank because it's just too many options and too many props and too many things and I need out of it so I can focus on like a real bankroll. My plan is I want to cash out my BetMGM. I doubled up that account when we went down and signed up for it. That one's I put in 50. I think I'm at like 140 on that one, so I almost tripled it up. That's going to be my live in play account. And then otherwise, I just want to go to the sports book every day for a week and make 3 paper bets. That's I want to like refocus and get back into focusing basically instead of just taking a bunch of random bets, which is my current situation right now. Warriors minus 8.5 tomorrow. Yeah, I think Warriors are going to rock tomorrow. Going to trifecta the Warriors tomorrow. First quarter, first half, full game. Mr. Nico was all over that first quarter for Memphis.
I don't hate that.
That's why they're such a good first quarter team. And when you're doing in play, you want to think of it that way, that I want to take the team who I think will get out to the earlier lead on plus money if I can, right? Because then if that works, now I'll get the Warriors. I got them at plus 120. So then I can hedge that. And then you want to scoop points with the favorite. Now you're getting points with the favorite. And then, you can worry about that later along the line. But I didn't take the Memphis plus 4 right out the gate, because if that money line bet went the wrong way, then I would be able to get on Memphis plus more points, because now the Warrior, you know what I mean? So there's definitely a dance to it that I was trying to get on the dance with. Clearly I didn't have to hedge, but I did, because that's how I roll. So, but yeah, I like it. Nicholas Earl, I like it. St. Louis run line. That's what you're saying to put $10 on. I think I did already, didn't I? Lightning, Twins. Okay. So this is what I'm rocking. I got the White Sox and the Yankees.
Just put it on the Astros.
Under 8. I got the Mets over from Higgs. I got the Twins under from Higgs. I got the Lightning. I got the Lightning puck line. I got the Blues. I got the Blues puck line. I got those from Lenny. I took the Reds Pirates over. And that's where I'm at. I want 3 more $10 bets. Okay, so they started.
Astros nerfy, Astros Twins nerfy, Astros first 5, Astros full game money line. Astros full game money line is minus 135. So first 5 is probably going to be better.
135 for first 5. 133 for full game is what I got.
There you go. And then nerfium.
And they're not giving me nerfies. All right, I took those.
No, you got to go. So
$10.57.
No,
I'm gonna pee myself before this show is over. Oh my gosh, Ross Benjamin's here. Get classy, everybody. Get your classy on.
I shaved for this event, put my polo on, sit up straight.
I can't do nerfies right now. Okay, wait. Let me find Ross.
I know it's not giving me any props on BOL.
It's not, huh?
No, it's
French toast. What the French toast? All right, here he is. Without further ado, we've got Ross Benjamin in here. What's going on, Ross?
I've been trying to say it must have been a pretty boring life under the name of Leonard Wenson. It was involved into this legendary sports betting name of Detroit Lenny. And folks, for those of you who don't know Detroit Lenny, nobody circles the wagons like Detroit Lenny, baby.
Damn right. I'm going to put it on the shirt.
Nobody makes Lenny blush like Ross Benjamin.
Hey, Lenny's my man.
Lenny turned into a schoolgirl.
Whatever.
He's my bro. He's my little brother, man.
I love Ross. Ross is my man. Ross is my hype man. Like, if I ever just feel like crap, I'm just gonna call Ross, and Ross is gonna tell me nobody circles the wagons like me.
When your wife yells at you, just tell her to give me a call, and I'll give her the same spiel. I don't know how she'll react, but
it could go. It's half.
That could go south in a hurry.
Have you met his wife?
No, I have not.
Hysterical. She is like the perfect foil to him, who keeps him in line. He'll be like, "Yeah, I got a younger wife. I got a younger wife, so I could train her up." And then you'll see her in the comments be like, "Yeah, how's that training working for you?" She is so funny.
I shaved. I just came out of the bathroom and shaved, and just was like, "Hey, babe, what's up?" She goes, "What did you do?" And I'm like, "I just went to the bathroom. I had to take a leak, I mean, I don't know. I washed my hands. Is that what you're asking me?" I'm like, "I don't know, And she's like, "Did you shave?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah. Did I forget to tell you?" And she's like, "I don't like it. Go put it back on." And I'm like, it doesn't work like that, babe. I can't go put it back on. So then she's like, "Well, how long is this going to take before that stuff grows back?" And I'm like 2 weeks.
Did she give you the well, why didn't you check with me first routine?
I mean, she definitely gave me that look. And then she responded with basically when she gave me a kiss this morning before she took the kids and was gone. And I was like, I reached up, give her a kiss, on the lips, like kind of thing. And she kissed me on the cheek. She's like, "No, I don't know what's going on over here." And I'm like, damn. I'm like, that's fine. Ross will be on later and he'll pump me up. So it doesn't matter.
You could always count on that, Leonard.
So there. All right, I'm going to let you guys talk.
Michael Dosh did fall out. Michael, we never found your pick yesterday.
Oh.
But he says he fell out. So I'll believe you. People don't typically lie about that kind of thing. All right. What's happening, Ross? How was your vacation?
It was good,
I said,
just to decompress a little bit. I still had to do some work and get picks up, but other than that, Ellie, as you well know, sometimes you need to walk away for a few days and reinvigorate yourself, re-energize the mind. Especially for somebody like you who's, in front of the camera every day, just about. It's vital for us in this industry because we can't call in sick like a lot of people can.
well, I do.
Yeah, I
That's why
take that
Lenny's here.
back. You
That's
know,
why Lenny's here.
you're an exception to the rule.
Yeah, but I don't sell picks. People aren't like relying on
Right,
me to have picks
exactly.
ready that they're trying to
Right.
buy every single day. So, I'm just the pretty face here. Some days.
You're a little
Some
more
days.
than that, my dear.
My wife is older than me, but I never had to eat that burnt cooking. That's what's up. That's what's up. 1-0 athletics. Wow, that escalated quickly. Glad I didn't get on that Nerfy. Hey, I washed my hands. Clearly, that's questioned. Friggin' Tigers. Everton over. Oh, that's right. I took that and it did lose. You're right. Frickin' Michael Dost. Thanks. Thanks for that. No, I'm just kidding. So speaking of reinvigorating ourselves, that's kind of where I'm at right now, is that I've got this account. I don't know if you heard me talking about, but I've got this online account, and it's just part of why I got it was because the amount of things that the Woodies bet on, I wanted to be able to follow or track or bet on them too. But honestly, it's just so many options. And then that leads me to making so many bets. And they're bets that aren't really informed on my end. They're coming from the Woodies, who are sharp, but not
Yeah,
right every day, just like we
right.
aren't right every day.
Exactly.
So I'm tanking my bankroll is what I'm doing. It's a kind of roll that I put in 100. I got up to like 460, and you can cash out at 500. But ever since football season, that mother flipper has gone right downhill. So I'm at about 100 and I'm gonna say like 110, but it's all in right now. I think I might have 10 left. Yeah, $10.57 left. So I'm all in right now. But this is kind of my plan, is to tank this roll. So then I can really focus on making my own bets and giving out my own picks again, which is kind of how this show all started.
Right.
What do you think about things like this?
Yeah, I mean, once you start getting into outside influences too much, it clouds your thinking, in my opinion. And I could live with myself going on a bad streak. I can't live with being on a bad streak because I listen to somebody else.
Right.
And again, it sounds like an oxymoron, right? Because people pay me for my advice and they depend on me. But I mean, I'm a professional at what I do. I've been doing this for 20 years. And, Ellie, you work in this industry every day.
Yeah.
So you're much sharper than the average bear. And I think you should rely on yourself. However, like myself, Ellie, I listen to a lot of people who I respect in this industry. And I often pick things up from a handicapping perspective that I wouldn't have thought of. And then I expound upon it. And
Right.
you've done a good job of doing that as well. I know that because I hear your conversations, not only with me, but with other people when you do your shows. So I would suggest do it on your own, but take the best of what you could learn from all the others you have. You have some great people on this show.
Yeah.
Through not only on this show, but on your free pick segments you do in the evening with the handicappers here at Picks and Parlays. And yeah, again, if anybody could learn anything from Ellie, it's the fact that she doesn't think she knows too much because she does it every day. And just because she goes on a really good streak doesn't think she doesn't turn her ears off to advice. Soak up as much information as you can and then apply it accordingly without actually taking that person's actual pick for that day. Because no matter what you pick up, Allie, and I'm sorry I'm getting a little long winded here, but no matter what you pick up, there's always underlying circumstances that might offset that theory. So it's never a no brainer situation. I hope I answered that. I know it was a long
Yeah.
winded answer, but
Well, no, it brings me to the show started. I was really good at picking basketball and baseball,
right.
Tate said, Allie's going to bring back the fire picks. Let's roll. I
Yeah.
was really, really hot. What happened to me was laziness, honestly, that so many picks were coming in that I just kind of got lazy with it. And then also, it's not even just lazy, but the morning wood show, writing all those names on the board.
Yeah.
It was like I would do all this work, and then there wasn't really time for me to explain what I was doing. And so I just kind of got over it. But what I do like to do is make my own decisions and then watch Craig or watch Sean or watch the twins or, you know, because they have their own little shows, and then see if they are on what I am on, you know. So I don't use it as like taking their picks. It's more of confirmation of your play kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I found, you know, it's what's the word? Beneficial, I guess,
Yeah.
which I found beneficial.
I get it. I get it. And you know, you're not on an island, because one of the biggest things when you work on your own in this industry, which most of us do, is time management. You know, and the more you become successful in this business, the more things enter your plate.
Yeah.
And the more time consuming things become on a daily basis. So learning the art of time management is a big key in getting back to where you want to go, you know, because it's, you know, Ellie, think about it. I mean, when you started compared to where you are right now with picks and parlays in terms of your workload is, you know, I can't say tripled or doubled or whatever, but it's gone up. Only you can answer that question. So.
Yeah. Well, and I think another big thing that happened was when I started Morningwood, we were still pandemicking. And now my kid goes to school. I got to drop him off. I got to pick him up. He's got extracurriculars. So there's just like, it's not even so much work. It's just life starts to take you over.
Well,
you know, I can go out again now. I can go out and watch games. I can go to ballparks again, things like that. So it's one of those things, but you know, you kind of got to call it. You got to realize, all right, I went too much off the deep end. Who do I really want to be? You know, like,
it's establishing your self identity, sticking to it, and maybe evolving a little gradually as time goes on.
yeah.
You know, so that's another key component to
And the
success.
advent of the app made everything so much different, because it was the difference between, like, I would drive my kid to school in the morning, and then at 8:00 I'd drop him and drive straight to the sports book and get all my numbers going in my sheets. And then I'd make 3 to 5, $5 to $10 bets. And then I left the sports book, and that was all I was betting on for the whole freaking day. It was in and done.
Yeah.
And that was my thing every single day. That's what I did. Now with the app going on, it's just, I mean, I can make a bet right now. I mean, I just made 10 of them, you know, so that really loosens you up. It taps into that inner degenerate who wants action, who wants to push the buttons. So that's something I really want to kind of step away from. Also, I'll still have my account to make my live bets, because I do very well on live bets. I probably make more money on live bets than I do regular.
I like what you're doing. We're going to have to talk about that someday, because once in a while we exchange text, and Ellie's very keen at getting one number and then going the opposite way and creating a nice middle for
arbitrage.
So yeah.
Yeah, arbitrage and middling are kind of my jam. And that was part of it was, and guys, if you have any questions for Ross, pile them in. If you guys have questions about being a better handicapper, how to look at lines, anything like that, pop them on in here. 10-10 games. It's a wonderful day. I know. I love early action. I do love me some early action. Did you bet on that Derby at all?
I did not. I'm not a horse guy, you know, and I there's no way I would have had that horse on top anyway.
Yeah, me neither.
Yeah, it's you know, that to me was just a tremendous story. I mean, not only an 80-1 winning the race, but the manner in which the travel in which he had to do so. I mean, I don't know how to phrase it, but a horse in New York getting notified at 8:00 the day before a race, 8:00 in the morning the day before a race, that, hey, there's an opening. Do you want it? Meaning his trainer and owner. Yes, we do. Now you got to get the horse from New York to Churchill Downs in Kentucky within a 24-hour period and race against the best 3-year-olds in the world and somehow pull it off. And we're talking about a horse that won just one time in 7 starts.
And
So
he cost 30 grand, a $30,000 horse too.
$30,000, and he won
I mean,
1.8, and he made the owner
I
and
hope they
everybody
bet on
else
their horse. I
one.
hope they bet on their horse.
Yeah, well, they won 1.8 million just by the owner did anyway by the horse winning the Kentucky Derby. That's
Yeah,
automatic,
right.
So, well, you know what? If they didn't bet on their horse, they still made a hell of a score.
Do
So
you look at alternative lines when you're betting? I
never,
guess I don't think you do. Yeah,
nah,
I wouldn't think
never.
so.
No, it's again, this is where you get caught up in making too many bets. I've had this talk with Ellie. One thing she hasn't listened to me on, and I'm working real hard, folks, on disciplining her with bets.
I'm
No
trying.
other aspect of her life, because I
How's that
don't
working
even
out for
want
you?
to
Yeah.
go
How's that
there.
disciplining
Are
working?
you gonna give her like a good old fashioned spanking? I mean, what's
Oh,
happening right here?
Listen,
I got a
know
ping
her
pong
well
paddle.
enough. I know her well enough by now that she's uncontrollable. And if I told her to do anything in the grand scheme of life, she'd probably do the opposite, just because she's such a rebellious young lady, but a beautiful one.
I am. Try to tame me. Go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
but that's where you get into getting back to the question. That's where you start getting into all these 20-25 plays a day, so you start betting these props. I mean, I had a discussion with one of the I can't name the site because it's a competing site, but I had a little issue with they have a leaderboard, and the big thing now is the money earned is always goes to the top, which it should be. But there's also a point where it gets a little ridiculous, where there was a guy that had been on top of the leaderboard over the last 3 days, and he had made 94 picks. And that's ridiculous. That's 30 something a day. I can guarantee you that person giving out that many picks isn't betting on all those games himself. And he's asking you to do so and then pay him for you to do so. What happens if that guy, 34 picks a day, he goes on the first day, goes 9-25, which is not in the realm of possibility,
Right.
now all of a sudden you're out of money, or you're betting scared, and instead of betting $100 a game, now you're betting 20, and then he has a 25-9 day the next day, but because you lost all that money on the first day, you only made half of it back on the 25-9 the next day. So my point is, folks, and I got to be careful when I say this, because there's guys on our site that do something similar.
Mhm.
But one of the guys in particular, I have a lot of respect for, and I know he does well as a volume handicapper.
Mhm.
So I got to be careful when I say this. More times than not, how's that? Following a guy who's a volume handicapper, puts out a lot of plays daily, is going to end up costing you a lot of money over a year's period of time. That's just my opinion. So
Yeah, no, I'm with that. Like I've always thought I'm a big although like current status doesn't show that, but I've always been a big
yeah,
protect your role person. Which is why I don't parlay, which is why I don't bet really, really big. It's part of like, if I'm wrong, then it's not going to ruin my life. I'll live to bet tomorrow, live to
yeah.
bet again tomorrow. I know. I'm like, I know two of them that are in our chat right now. Two volume bettors that are in our chat right now.
Yeah.
Higgs does very well with volume
That's
betting.
that's who I was
We
going
were
to
talking about,
mention.
yeah.
And that's why when I make comments such as those, there's always an exception to rule. And he certainly is one of them,
Yeah.
because Sean has proven to me over the last 20 years that he's one of the few guys that can make a profit for you over a course of a long period of time with
And he
volume
takes a lot
plays.
of plus money too. He takes a lot
Yeah,
of plus money and a lot of run lines.
right.
So
So
you
you
can
don't get hurt
afford,
on a lot of his losses. You're not shelling out a lot of money on a
yeah.
loss. But by the same token, even with a guy like Sean that I highly respect, my thing that I would warn people, even with going with a guy like Sean, is make sure that you have a proper bankroll, because even a guy like Sean could have a bad week. And when you're giving out volume of games, that type of volume of games in a bad week, it could
Mhm.
turn into what you would consider a horrible week by your normal standards.
Yeah.
So I would probably lower my price point as far as the amount of bets per game, and then really stick to a bank, establish your bankroll. For example, if it's $1,000 bankroll, never exceed more than 3% on any bet.
Right.
Those are the guidelines I would use in that particular instance.
Everyone does have their own philosophy with sports betting. And we've had this talk before, Nick. I mean, like, I'm a big hedger. Nick lets it ride. I think the
Yeah,
proper way to, I think there is a right way and a wrong way to do things. But
yeah,
when things like hedging, that's just like a personal preference. I want to
yeah.
protect my money and make sure I cannot lose money on this game. You like to let it ride. You'll have a bigger hit at the end of it, but you also have to sweat your game. And I've already turned it off and I'm watching Dateline
See,
now.
these are
So,
the discussions I've had with you, Nick, and you're the other half of the Earl brothers,
Tim,
Tim. Two real good kids,
yeah.
two real sharp handicappers that are going to be nothing but better as time goes on. But um, there's a big difference between betting on your own and having your own betting philosophy, and then selling to the general public. For example, what Ellie does on a lot of her in-game betting, that's impossible for you to be able to sell and have any
Yeah.
window of time to sell any of those picks to somebody who's a prospective or a client.
It comes
Okay.
with instructions. It's like, this is my pick, but when
Yeah.
this happens, then you're going to have to get on this
Yeah. And
side, and that's how
if
you
it's a
cash the money.
basketball pick, and by the time you're done writing it, both teams have scored a basket, and the total odds have gone back down again. It's you can't. So again, with Nick, I'm not picking on you, buddy. I hope you know
No,
that.
no.
But um,
Yeah, we're all
there,
different. That's
yeah, you're gonna realize that someday you're gonna find what sells online, okay, compared to what makes you money when you actually bet personally,
right.
and mix the two together. But blending them all into one and trying to sell online, again, you're going to turn yourself into a huge volume handicapper that people are going to shy away from eventually, unless you have a long track record. And right now, just starting out, you're not Craig Trapp, okay?
Yeah.
Or you're not, excuse me, you're not Sean Higgs. Sean has established himself over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
So people just starting out, especially, again, do whatever you want. That's just my advice and my
Yeah.
philosophy.
I mean, he says he bets way more personally than he releases on the
Yeah,
site,
there
which is
you
kind
go.
of scary because you release about 1,002 games on the site. I'm just teasing you, Nick. I'm not
Nick,
saying
you're
you're
easy
doing
to
anything
pick
wrong.
on,
I'm not
buddy.
saying I'm doing anything right. We're
Yeah,
just talking because everybody, that's just it. We got,
yeah,
hundreds of people watch us every day. And, you know, part of my spiel on Morning Wood is just being honest with what I'm doing and how
yeah,
I'm screwing up and how I'm getting better. And, I've been doing it a long time, but I've been like super focused on it for 4 or 5 years. And then just in the last 2 years being with picks and parlays, I've really kind of started to figure some things out, but it's almost like too much information. And I
yeah,
kind of got to fizzle it back down to my grassroots, what made me money in the, what grows corn for me, as I say.
yeah. No, it's a
Doesn't
good
grow corn.
analogy. It's a
Yeah.
very good analogy.
Like J Rock bets volume, but he bets the same. I do this too. I'll bet the same amount on every single bet in
That
volume. And
that
again,
that
I bet
is,
low.
yep. That is smart. Okay, if indeed you're going to go that route.
Yeah. Michael Dost had a good question here. Do you buy into people saying this is a really good question? Because I wonder about this myself. When the NFL, NBA, NHL won a game 7 to go to the playoffs to make more money, or is that crazy talk?
It's
Like,
crazy
I
talk.
kind of think so too,
It's.
because you
I
think it's
mean,
going to
look at
happen and then it doesn't,
folks.
and
Listen to me carefully, okay?
mm,
And there's always an exception to the rule. There's the Tim Donaghy incident that
right.
happened a couple years ago in the NBA, but he was a referee, you know.
Yeah.
But in terms of, if you're a professional athlete, you're making minimum $1 million a year. Okay, most are making substantially more than that annually. And if they were to leave their profession, they wouldn't come close to any. Most, I should say, wouldn't come close to making anywhere near that amount on an annual basis. Why would you jeopardize all that to fix a game, throw a game, etc. And then in terms of the league, you're talking about a multi-billion-dollar business in the NFL, for example. Why would they instruct referees to officiate the game accordingly to favor one side to get to the Super Bowl, or because it would be a larger TV audience, etc.? Or in the NBA, what you would want to create a game 7, which is good for revenue stream and also for TV ratings. They just have too much to lose. We're
Yeah.
not talking about college kids. We're talking about people getting paid a lot of money in conglomerate businesses.
Right. I don't know. I'm back and forth. Like in the NFL, I think that whoever the NFL wants to win the Super Bowl is going to win the Super Bowl. Like I
Yeah.
definitely have those things in my head, but I'm also a conspiracy theorist. So,
Yeah.
you know,
You're not paranoid. Everybody's just after you. I understand.
yeah, exactly. Do you look at umpires or referees and their tendencies when you're betting? I know Scott Foster is a big one.
I definitely look
extent.
at umpires in baseball.
Okay.
I don't look at the referees in that case. I look at the umpires because specifically the home plate umpire. I don't care what the rest of the guys at first, second, and third are
Right.
doing.
You
The
need the
home
balls and
plate
strikes guy.
umpires in baseball, you could determine real quickly if he's a pitcher's umpire, if he's a hitter's umpire, just by looking at the overs and unders. And sometimes you'll even find an umpire that is what we call a homer, where the home team has a real good record for whatever reason compared to the road team. So, yeah, I definitely look at umpires. In terms of referees in the NFL and college, in the NFL and the NBA, I mean, now you're talking about a group of 3 or a group of 10. You know what I mean? And that's a little harder to really put your finger on. But
Right.
home plate umpires in baseball, definitely, Ellie.
I know from working in the Mountain West and working college basketball that those refs, I mean, like they're getting watched. Well, and same with baseball. That's how I got hooked up with my baseball. My umpire camp thing was, in the press box for the Aviators, Chris Johnson comes in and he's the umpire supervisor, and his job is to make sure that you're doing your job. So,
Right.
go on. Speaking of the Aviators, let's go, Mateo. I love that freaking guy. Jorge Mateo was a Las Vegas Aviator last year. Lenny watched him play. When he comes up to bat, they all say, hip, hip, Jorge, hip, hip, Jorge. I love that guy. Anyway, this season should have an over-under for umpire throwing out a pitcher. That'd be fun.
Yeah, well, the one guy threw out Madison Bumgarner at the end of the first. Sorry, I'm adjusting my screen here. The umpire threw out Madison Bumgarner after the first inning last week, was it?
Yeah,
so-
he did apologize, though. There was an apology.
Yeah, well, college sports. I'm looking at this question, Ellie. I don't mean to.
No, I was going to ask it. So yeah,
college sports, you leave yourself a little more vulnerable. I mean, I really think there's limited cheating that goes on, especially at the major college level. But by the same token, when I say major college, I should say the power conference level. You're talking about kids that if there's only a certain small percentage of college football players that make it to the pros.
yeah.
So, and a lot of these kids, without stereotyping, a lot of these kids come from poverty and impoverished homes. And when they see they don't have a chance in making the pros, I mean, there's, they could be enticed. Especially, if they're a starter or a key player that's going to be in games down the stretch. So, yeah, if it does happen, I would say it happens on the college level, but I still think that's such an isolation in terms of the minority of times it happens.
My thing with the fix is that it's not necessarily referees or players. And this might be like my Vegas background, because if you remember the Running Rebels in the 90s when they were so
with
good.
Jerry Tarkanian. Yeah.
Stacey Ogman, Larry Johnson.
Right.
Greg Anthony. Anyway, it's more about like you could maybe maybe a pretty girl shows up to y'all's dinner that night. And maybe, you know what I mean? To me, it's the mob, like it's the sports
Yeah.
books. It's outside influences, not within the
Well,
organization. And this is just like theory. These are things I
well, I
think
mean,
about
yeah,
when I'm in
you
the
have to
bathtub.
take that in consideration. You often hear, yes, so and so's playing in their hometown, even though it's an away game for his team, but
Well,
it's
like if
his
Patrick
hometown.
Mahomes' girlfriend, if someone didn't like send her in there to be his girlfriend and act a damn fool and ruin his season this year, I'll be damned, because that chick's a freaking train wreck and she's ruining Patrick Mahomes' career. I know that they know each other from wherever, but I mean, why couldn't you set up some guy with a chick that he likes, and then this chick is just a shiz show, and it, takes him down for this game? You can pick when she gets in a fight with him, which keeps him up all night, and so he doesn't play properly the next day. That's like just more it's all random thought process,
You
but
know what? You could
that's
drive
more my
yourself
ideas.
crazy with that, because that's happening on a daily basis.
Yeah.
It
Well, I'm
just
just saying
because
that's
they're
where my fix
professional
is.
athletes doesn't mean they're not prone to adversity on a daily basis, whether it be a rocky marriage, a rocky relationship, a health concern that nobody knows about, their mother is dying of cancer, God
Yeah.
forbid. Those kind of things, they happen on a daily basis and hang over people's heads. And at the end of the day, especially at the professional level, you better learn to deal with those, as harsh as that may seem and as insensitive as that thought may sound like. You need to learn to master how to deal with adversity as a professional.
Yeah. It's a big part of it. It's a
Yeah.
huge part of it. I'm with you. It's limited, but the refs can 100% control the game. It's so irritating to see it happen and absolutely nothing be done. If a player does in college is sanctioned, refs get nada.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not true. I think he's implying to the refs, if they try to well, I get what he's saying,
what's a
if
ref?
they're controlling the game, but again, what do you term as controlling a game? Is the refs controlling the game because they're getting paid off? Is the refs controlling the game because every call in your estimation is going against the team you bet on or your favorite team? So there's a lot of layers to that statement.
Well, and there are, sometimes things happen. I'm like big on the replay thing. Like, if we're going to have a replay, then let's use the freaking replay to make things fair and find out what we're like. No replay in the 2-minute warning. And I get like everybody would want to challenge everything in that time of a game. But I mean, there's so many times where obviously this isn't what happened and the call was made and it shifted the game. Like Draymond Green getting thrown out of the game 1 against the Grizzlies. I didn't think that was a fair call, which isn't exactly maybe the road we're going down. But when the Rams
No,
didn't go
I
to
know
the
what you're
Super
saying.
Bowl, that kind of stuff to me, especially with all the money that's coming into it, if you don't want us to think you're fixed, then you should fix that.
Well,
That's what you
how's the
should
Rams?
fix is
I
that.
mean, I know the Rams were playing at home in the Super Bowl, okay, which
Not this year. I'm talking about, remember like 2 years back when they were supposed to go and he caught the ball and it was like in the end zone. And remember that, Lenny, do you know what I'm talking about?
against New Orleans, you're talking
Yes, the
about?
Saints.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
where it should have been a pass interference call,
And
or
it wasn't. Yeah.
yeah. No, I get that.
That's
They
right. It was
changed the
Saints.
rule because of that. I mean, now they changed the rule where at that time, that not anymore, you could challenge pass interference.
Yeah.
So
See, I don't see any reason why that Tatis chick or that Bauer chick, someone couldn't swoop in and be like, hey, here's $1 million. Why don't you make this accusation? Something like that. I
yeah,
mean, the Bauer chick could have been being paid for the past year to grease up,
yeah, but why would
to build
somebody
this
pay
up.
$1 million to do that?
Well,
I don't get that.
maybe it's only a $500,000. Maybe
I
it's a
mean, I can
250,000.
understand that analogy is would work well if you paid somebody like Tom Brady or Josh Allen or Aaron Rodgers in the NFL, so
No,
that they can get thrown out of 3 games or suspended for a length of time, because they're such a key player. But I mean, we're talking about Bauer, who
baseball.
pitches once every 5 days.
Yeah.
And Tatis, yeah, he's an integral part of the lineup. I don't know, Ellie. I'm not a conspiracy guy. I certainly don't rule it out at all, because that would be naive on my part. But I think that getting way too caught up with all that and starting to predict games based on that thought process is a little bit, how could I put this without being disrespectful? It's delusional a little bit. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I
No,
love
it's
you,
okay.
honey, but it's
No, it's for me, it's not delusion so much as this is how my brain works in every single aspect of my life.
yeah.
If there is more than one option, I want to know what it is and I want to think about it, so it's not necessarily, like I said, I don't like believe this is what happens, but I believe this could be happening. And that's the difference of it, right? Is keeping your mind open and your options open to not everything is what it seems. There's a man behind the freaking curtain. Promise
Well,
there's a man behind the curtain.
instead of taking that approach, um, take the approach of thinking like a bookmaker then, and say, why is this team just this low a favorite against that team? Why is this team a favorite?
I do that all
Start
the
thinking
time.
like a
Isn't that
bookmaker.
fishy? I say it all the time. Doesn't that look fishy? Doesn't that look fishy to you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that you can take that. That's about as paranoid as I get, and I turn that paranoia into a pick sometime. So
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm paranoid. I'm just
no, I'm
inquisitive.
yes,
Inquisitive
no,
is what
you're
I
not.
am.
I didn't mean to imply that.
Um,
I
and I
just
do that
I
with
hate.
everything.
I'll be honest with you, Ellie. I've gone down this road so many times over the last 20 years, whether it be on
Mhm.
radio, video, or whatever, about games fixed and cheating. I just have, it's not one of my favorite topics to talk about because for someone like you who thinks it happens to a degree,
I think it
um,
can happen.
yeah, yeah. So,
Have you started looking at NFL and determining power factors? Well, what are we? Michael Dose 86 days? Big
yeah,
sis Lisa, if you're in here, we need a new countdown going. How many days until football season?
yeah.
Remember Big sis Lisa and Joey? He finally got his 20,000 DVDs. So
Yeah,
now it's
the
done.
NFL schedule comes out tonight, by the way, and
Mhm.
that to me is my first starting point when making over and under win totals bets. But in terms of power ratings on the NFL right now, I'm a week by week guy. So
Mhm.
those power rankings change every week. And the most inexact science is establishing a power ranking in week one in the NFL. So to answer your question, no. If so,
So this we've only got about 10 minutes left, but this is a great time to ask you this, which is how are you? What's step one for Ross Benjamin, the man, the myth, the legend? Step one for NFL handicapping once these schedules come out tonight. What are we going to do first?
well, I mean, you're going to look at obviously teams with a strong home field. I mean, when I look at teams with a strong home field, I mean, what I use is their last 32 home games, which is the equivalent of 4 years. Teams with a home strong field to me are teams that have won 24 or more of their last 32 at home. And then see if you can catch an underdog price with one of those teams. And again, it's way too early to commit yourself to that type of betting yet. But those are the types of things I look for. I look for a strong home field that's possibly an underdog. Also looking at head coaches who've been at this same stop for many years, a Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick, and how they do in season openers, how they do in home openers. I mean, to me, your team is always an extension of your coach's personality. So those are a couple of the things I look at, especially early in the process. Then you could look at teams, in my estimation, that won 11 or more games the previous year during the regular season. And if you can catch them at an underdog price, depending on who the matchup is against, those are the types of things I look for early on, because otherwise, you can't base on what you saw in the preseason, because you see teams in the preseason go 0-4 and end up being a playoff team, and teams go 4-0 in the preseason and end up going 4-12 in the regular season.
So next week when you come on, let's talk football. How about
Yeah,
that? Because some
sounds
lines
good.
will be out and just basic how to start off handicapping football in the summer. Because I'm not a football handicapper. You guys know that about me. I'm way more on like slaughter. Oh, sorry, my nose I got a tickle right now. It's still not gone. Okay, here we go. Sorry. I'm not a big football bettor. I like to like fade the slaughter games, but I'm that kind of person. And I take a lot of picks from Lenny also is probably why my bankroll started tanking during football season.
Got to stop them
No, I'm
fingers.
joking. I'm joking. Lenny crushed it last football season. He made me a lot of money actually. So
God bless him.
but so yeah, if we could have a conversation next Thursday on Morning Wood about how to get started, what kind of papers do I need? What websites should I be on? What am I looking for? You just gave great examples. We'll recap those next week and go into a little more depth. That would be awesome if we could do that.
No, I look forward to that.
I know that the crew is really stoked for football, and so is Lenny. So over on the site at picksandparlays.net, Ross Benjamin, you're number 2 over the last 30 days. You're 45 and 32. You're up $1,100 for anyone betting with Ross. If you guys want Ross's premium plays, his good stuff, you want to head over to picksandparlays.net, and we are going to use the promo code NBA. Somewhere it's in my thing, I swear. There it is, NBA. And that's going to save you 20% off whatever Ross is selling today or whatever day you decide to buy plays. Ross, what do you have lined up on the site today? What you got?
I got a 10-star top play tonight in the Dallas and Phoenix game in the NBA. That game goes at 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. My NBA since April 1st, folks, 30-15, which is good for 67%, which will make you a lot of money. My NBA 10-star top plays 11-2 with my last 13. My 10-star top plays overall, which includes all sports, on a 21-6 run with those selections. So, in all sports since April the 1st, 59-38, good for 61% over my last 97. So, making a lot of money there at picksandparlays.net. And folks, you can't win unless you're in. So you need to make the purchase, and we move on.
That is just it. You can't win unless you're in. Everybody knows that. Hello. Okay, Ross. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show. We always love to have you. The Woodies appreciate it. And we'll see you next Thursday for some football talk. I'm very excited about this. I know they are too.
I look forward to it, Ellie. Thank you for having me. And God bless all the listeners out there.
Cheers. Thanks, Ross. All right. We got her done. That was good information, and as always from Ross. What do we got going on that I need to tell you guys about? Again, remember about Caesars Sportsbook. It's up to $1,100 in first bet insurance. You guys definitely want to jump on board with that. If you're a new account, it's up to $1,100 in first bet insurance. The link to this promo is in the description of the video, or use the promo code MorningCZR. And then again, if you're over at the site, you want Sean Higgs best bets, Ross Benjamin's best bets, Earl sports bets, Tim and Nick. Use that promo code NBA. It's going to save you 20% off whatever you get. If you haven't already, hit the like button. Freaking do it, man. What are you waiting for? My show's almost over, for crying out loud. I've been waiting for you this whole time to hit that little thumbs up, and then subscribe and ring the bell for notifications also. Remember about the daily lineup. What is my hair doing? I'm just a mess today. The Max Wagers Network daily lineup. We got midday money every day with Sean Higgs at 12 noon. He's big on the baseball player props. I took 2 of his plays today. I took the Twins. Make sure I get this right. I think the Twins over, Twins under, Mets over. Let me see what I got going on. I took the Mets over 9, and I took the Twins under whatever they are. Those were both Sean Higgs plays, under 8 against the Astros. I've got action on just about way too many things today. I do really like the Lightning tonight. I have a series price on them. I've got them money line and on the puck line. I got Blues money line and puck line. I got Astros first 5 and full game. I got the Reds going over 8. That's kind of what I'm on. Those are Lenny picks, Higgs picks, and Nick Earl picks. So after midday money with Sean, Cruise over here, kick it with us. Don't forget, Last Woody Standing starts every Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's a free contest to win $100 and a t-shirt. Julie Carley is in Alabama at the casino right now, and she sent me a picture of her repping her morning wood shirt. Boop. There's my girl. This is Lenny's spirit animal, Miss Julie Carley, repping her morning wood shirt. We love that. Thank you for your support, Jules. In about 3 minutes here, you're going to roll over to Just Parlays with Chris King. That's going down at 2 p.m. Eastern, followed by Back to the Window with Scott and Scott at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, this guy, Sean Miller, is coming on the Morning Wood Show. We're talking soccer. We're talking lots and lots of soccer. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to do a total chaos with Sean Miller, Dre Richardson, Kaepernick, as you know him, and Tony, the GOAT Cobbs are going to do a total chaos in soccer tomorrow night. So another reason you got to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell so you get notifications. And then we finish it all up at 5 Eastern with Lenny and the Twins doing Game Time Decision. It's a show where they're going to tell you who's going to be in net for the hockey games, who's going to be on the court for NBA, basically what you need to know right before you make your bets. Yeah, you can't win if you don't hit the like. Everybody knows that. That's a standard. That go ahead, try it. Try not to hit the like and see how you do today. I dare you. Yes. Oh, best in the business. Yes, he is. Just bet against the Cowboys and you've already won. If the Lions were playing right now, if it was football season, it would be so easy to tank my account. I would just have to bet on the Lions and that account would go right into. He's a cold puzzle. Ross is a cold puzzle piece. That's what I got from that, Pappy. Pappy O'Daniels. Good idea, J-Rock. Yeah, I just bet against the Cowboys. You'll be fine. I'm from Houston. I'm all for betting against Cowboys. Hi, Alan Miles. How are you today, friend? So, yeah. Yo. That's what's up with the get down. Let's get this back up. If you guys haven't already checked out the Morning Wood Facebook page, you should most definitely do that. There should be a link in the description of the video also, but it's right here for anyone who hasn't joined. We do free contests over here. It's a great place to meet other people that are betting. You know, if you're a soccer bettor and you don't know anyone else who is, type on the Facebook page, hey, big soccer fan, anybody else want to look at picks together, or this is my league, or maybe you like darts or snooker or table tennis. It's a great, or I don't know, normal sports, but we're all over there on the Facebook page doing free contests, sharing opinions. I want to get polls going again. And then don't forget also search YouTube for Total Chaos Picks and Parlays. Tonight I've got the Insiders Room on. Nick Parsons and two of his guys, Greg the Greek and somebody else, are going to be on my Total Chaos tonight doing MLB. How many Woodies are left, did you say? Like 7, Leonard? I'm going 6. 6, yes, nailed it. All right. What's up, Ron Crawford? Finally get to see the
6.
show. How's it going?
6 plus the 2 from last week. They're in their separate competition. Brian Danson, Sean Austin, and then 6 otherwise. So when they lose again and it rolls over to this week, and then I win this week, which is going to happen, then it'll roll over. It'd be like $300 next week. So y'all might want to tune in Monday. You're welcome.
Yeah, so you might want to set your hot damn alarms on your phone for Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern, because again, if both them lose, it rolls into this pot, and then when Lenny wins it, it's going to roll over again. So that's 300. Potentially $300 for next week's last Woody pot. So if you already fell out of the last Woody, then root for Lenny. That would be my number one thing. Just root for Lenny. The Warriors game, help your props hit a 3-teamer prop on that game. Nice one, Amber. Nice one. Thanks for following Earl Sports Bets. They are very sharp. They've got some good stuff for you over there. All right, that just about does it for us. You guys head over to Just Parlays with Chris King. Have a great day today. Good luck, everybody, unless you're against Lenny.